Hello everybody, my name is Jace, and today I will be going over the basics to the Oritech particle accelerator, which is a complex but also non-complex block at the same time. The blocks that help produce everything you need will be the particle accelerator itself, which will allow you to insert the items into the system. The particle accelerator sensor, which will help you properly utilize the accelerators. A comparator, a particle accelerator linear motor, a particle accelerator guide ring, a dropper, and some redstone. Everything you see here can be obtained normally in survival mode, while some of it is expensive to those new to Oritech or technology mods. It is not a hard grind at all. I will also be doing a normal Oritech guide in the near future. So anyways, with the particle accelerator, you utilize it in order to produce cheaper recipes in some cases, or things that you normally can't obtain and that take a while to get, such as an elytra. You can, if you have 10,000 joules of energy, you can produce it using just a feather and a saddle, as you see here. Same thing with the nether star. You can produce it with a netherite and a overcharged crystal. Though if you're playing this mod fully, I'm going to be honest, that is kind of an overcharged recipe. Anyways, so all you have to do to start it is build a little piece of accelerator guide ring. The part that is facing you will be the side you can wiggle around to make curves and stuff. And when you're ready, you just plop an item in. And it will produce that, and yeah. That was the particle, except you just can't really see it well. So, I mean, as you can see here, it's a going, and the speed for everything does matter. As you can see, the particle accelerator, hold on, I'm sorry. If it exits, it'll tell you what speed it exits at, the coordinates that it does, and, well, what the range of how far a particle can bounce to. For this one, I will be not doing anything complex. I'll just be going over how to make one and all the math involved. So for this, I'm using creative energy. These do have a large storage, and they cost a lot of energy to make in order for them to properly function. So super... Sorry, I should have gotten all this set up before, but I wanted to do it so that way people could understand it. So we do this. It is usually easier to do something where where it is all the same on the same sides, so just so that way you can easily moderate it better. Oh, I messed it up right here. Whoopsie. Anyway, so this would be like a basic particle accelerator ring. And so, if we throw it in here, these will speed it up. And if you look in here, the max gate distance is how far a particle can travel without needing another guide ring. The curve distance is the minimum distance that you need in order for a particle to not fly out from a turn. As you can see, as it picks up, it'll go up, so everything is depending on the speed. And all I'm going to say is, you do not want these guys to escape. Because because it is not a good thing, especially if I put some droppers here. You can see that it very much has some oomph behind it, like in real life. If it does escape and hit a mob, it will deal damage that scales off the speed. So, oh, that was my fault. And that's why I got all this redstone. But if you put down a particle accelerator sensor, you can use a comparator and it will output based off of the speed. The lower it is, the slower it is, the less power it has. The wiki has a lot of documentation on this, but all you need to know is that 15 is 15,000. All you need to know is the strength of 15,000. 15 blocks is 15,000. But if I do this, as you will be able to see right here, it really hurts. And so, you want to keep it enclosed, but now you're asking, well, how do I make them collide? It is simple. If you want to do for set distance, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 blocks is 250. If you look here, nothing takes that. That is phenomenal. So, if we add another one, you can hook up a hopper to another. By the way, these will always dispense them going towards the right. So, and when you want to collide the two particles, all you do is you have them active at the same time. As long as it has enough speed, it will make the proper outcome. So, for example, if we wanted to make, let's say, let's make some endear compound, shall we? Let's get some rotten flesh. You know, let's good old rotten flesh. Let's throw that in here. Also, anything that stands in the way while it goes will take a lot of damage. And let's put a little bit of redstone in there, and let's let it do its thing. You will have to make everything bigger as you want to do stronger recipes, though. And my one tip from using this in survival is if you underpower it, it will be a lot more on time for deploying everything. But as you can see, it's speeding up, it's picking up more and more. Eventually this will get powered, and then this one will, then it'll drop into that. And once it does that, it'll collide, and you got your endeared compound. Very young. Rain. Anyways, there are a few formulas that will come into handy. The first one is these do actually count towards the curves. But, so, how you would calculate it is, for this example, I will do black wool. You will check for the distance of this, for between the two corners, including the block, and then you will do the formula to find a hypotenuse, which for those of you who don't know, it is the square root of a squared plus b squared. So, in this case, it would be 3, so it would be 3 to the second power. 3 to the second power would be 9 plus 9. It would be 18. Then, off screen, if you pull up a calculator and do the square root of 18, it is 4.242, whatever. So, let's round up and say that's 4.24. So, starting here, you would have 4.24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This would be the launch point, so it does not count. It checks until that. Currently, as confirmed by the main dev, this is being calculated twice, so you can cut down on a little bit of resources. It's not hard. It's not bad. And the other one is, and the other things that matter with the particle accelerations are tachyons, which are an entirely different thing that you can do for power generation. The third and final thing is the maximum distance, which is a very annoying formula, which is clamp the square root of the speed divided by 2, and then that is the formula. I've done it once. It's not very fun, I'm gonna be honest. But with all this in mind, the last thing you need to know is the last two things you might wonder is how much power does it consume? And how do I know what joules will happen at? The joules are literally calculated as the speed of which the two collide at. So if one is going 1,000 this way, and the other one is also going the speed this way. Also, sorry about that little screen. I had the wiki up on the side. But two particles going this way will actually subtract the collision. So if one's going 500, one's going 1,000, it would be 1,000 minus 500, so you get 500 collision. Having them go opposite ways will add them together, meaning in some cases you could make two of these, and then it goes, all the way around. They collide, and now you have 1,500. The final one is how much power does this consume? And that one is extremely easy to figure out, with the only factor being how fast they're going. And that factor is every speed costs 10 RF, meaning, or FE, whatever you want to call it, it's the same thing. If you have it going 1, it'll go here, it'll consume 10, 20, 30, 40, and then it'll bounce around, and then it'll go 50, 60, 70, 80, and so on. So while it doesn't get expensive quickly, tachyons can make up for it. While this isn't a advanced tutorial, this is just so that way you can understand, hey, this is how you do everything. And I don't know why you're still here. Anyways, that is probably all you need to know to get started with these. Some mod packs will change what recipes are available, so please check with the particle accelerators, and well, that's about it. If you did actually find this useful, give it a like. I'm not trying to make a career out of YouTube, I'm just trying to make tutorials and do whatever else I want to do. So a like will help more than a subscribe for me, and if you know someone that needs help, feel free to share it. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and potentially see you next time.